Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages I sent with no reply.
Welcome back, 1000 Live fam. I hope you are doing well. If you're new here, my name's Janaea and this is Live 1000 Lives. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be doing my Uno Flip Chooses My TBR, as well as my TBR for the Olympic Games, which is a Percy Jackson read-a-thon put on by Ishii. I will leave everything down below in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. It is a month-long read-a-thon from June 1st to June 30th. And I will also be telling you what book or books I'm going to be reading for the new series I'm doing on my channel, Reading Through the Decades. That video should be up before this one, so fingers crossed. Hello everyone. So I was getting ready to edit my June TBR. Well, I was done editing and I remembered I never told you what books I finished and what books I didn't finish in the month of May. So I'm gonna do that now. I read The One and Only Ivan, which was Cat Pick. I read There's Something About Sweetie, which was Husband Pick. And I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which was to read a hyped book. So that means I didn't read A Sorcery of Thorns, which was a book with purple on the cover. And I didn't read Caught, which was TBR bag. So technically, because I played that +5, I was supposed to put $2 in to the jar per book. So that would have been $4. But I played 2 +1 cards, so I got 2 passes. So I only have to put $2 in to the jar. Here's the jar. So this one's for Caught. And this one's for A Sorcery of Thorns. There we have it. Let's proceed with the video, shall we? With that being said, let's get started. Okay everyone, so we left off 8 green last time, which was Cat Pick. So now, let's shuffle. And we'll see how this goes. Green 6 is random number generator. So we're gonna go green 6. And a green 2 is a library book. A red 2 is a standalone. A red 4 is a library book. A red reverse is start over. Okay. So none of that counted. Here we go again. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna have to add 2 books to my TBR, and they are going to be 2 fantasy books because I'm choosing blue. So I put genres with these colors so that I knew what genre I'd have to do. So I'll have to read 7 books this month. Lucky me. So the first card that I played was a +2 wild, which means that I have to add 2 books from the genre that correlates with the color that I choose. So I chose blue, which is fantasy, so I had to add 2 fantasies with the prompts that I was given. So I have to read a total of 7 books in the month of June. Okay, so let's do a blue 5, which is sequel. The next card that I was able to play was a blue 5, and that was for sequel. For this, I am going with Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth. This is number 4 in the Percy Jackson series. Ignore my little tab that just tells me what prompt this is for the Percy Jackson Read-a-thon. So I can't really go into what this is about, but this is about a boy named Percy Jackson who discovers that he is a demigod, and it's about his trials and his life once he finds out. So that's what the series basically is about. If you didn't know, there you go. So this is what I'll be reading for sequel. Then we'll do a blue 1, which is Cat Pick. The next card that I was able to play was a blue 1, and that is Cat Pick. And I will insert a clip of my cat choosing the book for me right now. So these are the books that my cat's going to choose. We've got A Court in Mist and Fury, the 5th Percy Jackson books, Hunting Prince Dracula, Where Dreams Descend, The Savage Song, and Daughter of Smoke and Bone. So I'm going to put them down. Oh, you smell them? Oh, of course you would. Thanks, Mobile. Yeah, you can have them all. So, my cute little kitty Mobile 1 chose A Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. If you guys know, this is like, I don't know, the 5th, 6th, 10th, 100th, I don't know, time this has been on my TBR. I have started it. I'm on chapter 3. I may go back and reread the first 2 chapters because I don't really remember what has been happening. But I am excited to finally read this. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses for the month of May. Really enjoyed it. So I had been putting off A Court of Thorns and Roses and this one for whatever reason, and because I liked A Court of Thorns and Roses, I want to give this one a try. Then we'll do a blue 8, which is a library book. The next card that I was able to play was a blue 8, and that was a library book. And for this, I'm going with Dream Seeker by C.S. Friedman, or Friedman. I think it's Friedman. Anyway, this is the 2nd book in a series that I am in the middle of. It follows a girl named Jessica who has really vivid dreams, and her brother gets kidnapped by this group of people. Anyway, it's very interesting. I'm excited to see where this one goes after the events of the last one. And then we have to draw. A blue 2 is a reread. The next card that I was able to play was a blue 2, and that was to choose a reread. And for this, I'm going with The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I absolutely adore this book. I listened to it for the first time on audio, and this time I want to read it physically and see if I missed anything. But I'm very, very excited to read this. This is one of my favorite contemporary books. If you don't know what this is about a girl named Molly who has had 26 or 27 crushes and never had any of them reciprocate, but she doesn't tell anyone either because she is a plus-size main character and she doesn't feel that anyone will like her because of that, so she just doesn't say anything. So this is about her trying to find someone to like her. basically. Very relatable for me. And a green 2 is a library book. The next card that I was able to play was a green 2, and for that it was another library book. And for this I'm going with Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. It is time that I continue this series and finish it. I did not like The Raven Boys, I'm not gonna lie. I think I gave it a 2 or 3 star. It was really hard for me to get into, really hard for me to connect with the characters. And then I read Dream Thieves and I absolutely loved it. I think I gave it a 4 stars. I don't think it was quite a 5-star for me, but I really enjoyed that one. So I'm hoping that this one will continue that streak and I'll enjoy this one. But we'll see. I've heard this is some people's favorites. I don't know where this is going. All I know about the series so far is what I've read, and that is there's a girl named Blue who has a vision that the person it's been foretold, maybe she didn't have it, I can't remember. It's been foretold that the person that she is destined to be with, she will kiss them and they will die. And so she doesn't date. And then she meets these boys called the Raven Boys from this prep school who are looking for a dead Welsh king. It's their adventure and friendship and stuff like that. I have been a little spoiled for some things, so we'll see what happens and we'll see if I enjoy this or not. Green 6 is a random number generator. The next card that I was able to play was a green 6, and that was random number generator. So I will insert a clip of me doing the random number generator right now. Hello everyone, I am doing the random number generator to pick my book. Now I have 3 bookshelves. This dark brown one is all of the books that I've already read, so none of those will be counted. This white bookshelf over there is all the books that have that are sequels that I haven't read the first one to, so I won't be doing this one. So it's just this one. And there is 5 shelves. So first we're going to start with the bookshelves. So, okay, so I will put it up here. I'm going to do it on my phone because the lighting is awful. 2. That's up there. You're not going to be able to see. So, 2 has 31 books on it. So, 1 through 31. And I'll put the generator up there. Alright. 9. Okay. I'm gonna go get it and I'll be right back. Okay, so number 9 was A Shadow Bright and Burning. And the book that the random number generator chose for me is A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess. I don't know anything about this book, to be honest. I think that I saw one person a long time ago talk about it on BookTube, and I decided I was going to pick it up because I was trying to get everything that everyone was talking about when I first, started watching BookTube. I got this at Goodwill for less than $2. So, we'll see how it goes. I read the synopsis and it sounds interesting, so we'll see how this goes. I don't really know much about it though, so I want to keep it that way. And a green 3 is a dystopian. And that's it. So we're leaving off on number 3 on the light side. We didn't even have to turn it over. The last card that I was able to play was a green 3, and that was Dystopian. And for that, I'm going with Karen Marie Moning's High Voltage. I need to read this book, and I need to be all caught up. I think the next book in the series comes out in August, maybe October. Anyway, I'm excited. I want to finish this. If you don't know what the Fever series is about, it is about a girl named Mac who goes to Ireland to pick up her sister's belongings. Her sister has been murdered, and while she's there, she discovers that she is not quite who she seemed or who she thought she was. She discovers that there's a whole world she didn't know existed. It's very interesting. It's based on Irish mythology, and I couldn't love this anymore. I love this series so much. So yeah, I think I've read the first 5 books in this series like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. That is what Uno chose for me to read this month. Now I'm going to show you what I am reading for the Olympic Games, which is the Percy Jackson Read-a-thon I was telling you about in the beginning of the video. I am Team Poseidon. I was trying to choose between 3 different gods. I was trying to choose between Poseidon, Artemis, and Apollo. I love Apollo. Love Apollo hands down. When I took the Rick Riordan quiz, I got Artemis would be the cabin I would belong to, I guess. So I was gonna go with her at first. And then I was like, no, I think I'm gonna go with Apollo. But then I was like, you know, Percy's like my fave, and I really love like Poseidon. Like Poseidon has always been the god that I thought I would be with, just because like how much I love like dolphins and how much I love swimming and water and all this stuff. I am going with Poseidon. So Poseidon, Team Poseidon is so. Let's get started with the prompts for Team Poseidon's team. So prompt number 1 is to read a book that is set at sea. For this, I'm going with West by Edith Patu. This is set on sea. This is the second in a series. I think it's just a duology. I'm not sure what all she's doing with this now, because East was the only book in this series for a long time. I read East when I was in like 9th grade. I'm 34 years old. So this follows the same characters from East, which I'm really excited about. I love these characters so very much. So I'm excited to see where this goes, and it is set on the sea, or at least partially set on the sea, so I'm gonna count it. The next prompt in Poseidon's team is choose a book where the main character uses a sword, and for this I'm going with Percy Jackson in the Battle of the Labyrinth. This is number 4 in the Percy Jackson series. I've been rereading them for the past couple months, and Percy uses a sword, so that is what I will be reading. I'm gonna insert a clip here because I tried to film this earlier and my husband had come in and kind of made me feel a little dumb. So here's the clip for you. Prompt number 2 is to read a book with a main character who uses a sword. For that, I'm going with Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, because I need to continue on with the series, and Percy uses a sword. So that was lucky and super cool.
Use the pen.
The pen is a sword, Joe.
It's a pen.
I hate filming when my family's here, because my library's in the living room, so, you know.
Because what it is, it's a metaphor for the pen is mightier than the sword. Therefore, it's a pen.
I just got that.
Oh my god! They're gonna see that! You just got his whole thing? That's the entire reason that's what it is!
I just realized that! Mind blown. So anyway, with all that being said, yes, I'm a dork, and I did not realize the whole pen is mightier than the sword thing. But anyway, I will be reading this for main character who uses a sword. Or the next prompt is to read a book where the main character is not human. For this, I'm going with High Voltage by Karen Marie Moning, because one of the main characters in this is not human. That is what I'm going with for main character that is not human. The next book is probably going to be the hardest prompt for me. I'm not even kidding. I don't know what I'm thinking, but this is what we're doing. Okay. Pray for me. The next prompt is to read a book in 3 days. Who am I? Who do I think I am? What am I doing to myself? So I've chosen to do Blue Lily Lily Blue for this prompt. Yep, you heard me right. Blue Lily Lily Blue, I need to read in 3 days. There is 391 pages. So I basically need to read like, what, 130 pages a day to read this in 3 days. What am I doing? I'm gonna do this though. This is gonna happen. So the vlog will show that. Hopefully. Okay. That's what I'm choosing to read for that. The next prompt is to read a book that I haven't heard much about. And the book I'm going with for that is A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess. Like I said, I don't know anything about this, so it fits perfectly with that prompt. So on this quest, if we finish those 5 prompts, we have other prompts we can finish. Poseidon has 3, so I'm going to show you what I'm reading for those. The first extra one is for canoeing, and for that I need to read a book with a blue cover, and for that I'm going with The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Has a blue cover, so this is what I'm going with. The next one is for monster fighting, and that is a book with magical creatures in it. And for this, I'm going with Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I looked it up. This does have mythical, magical creatures in it, so it counts. I don't know what kind, so we'll see. But anyway, that's what I'm going with for monster fight. The last one on Poseidon's quest will be Pegasus writing, and that is to read a book that was published within the last 5 years. I got really lucky. This book was published 2015, so that's 5 years ago, and that is Dream Seeker by C.S. Friedman. So all of my books that the Uno chose for me fit into the prompts. I had to add 1 extra book, West. That's fine. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna be reading for Through the Decades. Guys, I had planned this when I first started to do this. However, I didn't expect to be doing a readathon at the time. And I'm still gonna do this, so we will see how this goes. I'm really scared. This book that I'm reading, and I'm only reading 1 because of this book's size, this book was published in 1996. Okay, so it's gonna just be the book I'm reading for the 90s, which is absolutely fine with me. I'm not that too hurt by it. Are you ready? Cry for me, okay? Pray, cry. I'm crying. The book that I will be reading for Through the Decades is Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Yep. Who am I? Someone crazy, apparently. Is 807 pages. Yep. I'm going to have a system with this. I'm going to have to read a little bit every day, on top of reading a little bit of my other books every day. So we'll see how this goes. 9 books for my June TBR. What am I thinking, you guys? But I'm gonna do this. It'll be fine. Oh man. I tried. I looked for other books for the Reading Through the Decade. I even tried to like swap one of the other books in the Uno game and in the Read-a-thon for Game of Thrones. It did not work. It didn't work. And I was just like, what am I gonna do? Because like the prompts from Uno and the book that I could take out, or the books that I could take out from the read-a-thon, didn't match up with Game of Thrones. So I was just like, oh my gosh. So you guys, this is gonna be a really interesting June for me. And I'm going to the beach, fingers crossed. Going to the beach the second week of June for like 3 or 4 days. I won't get any reading done then. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Sorry. Those are the books that I'll be trying to read in June. Now, this is what I'm gonna say for this TBR. I am not going to be putting money into the jar for Game of Thrones. I will not be putting money in the jar for West if I don't complete them, okay? Also, I'm gonna give myself a break since I had to add new books. I'm only gonna put in 5. Or maybe I should, I don't know. Now I'm thinking I should just plan to put 9 in, because then maybe I'll actually read more, but that doesn't necessarily work for me. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm not sure if I'm going to only make myself put money in for 5 books, or if I'm gonna make myself put money in for 9. I will try to decide in the first week of June and put it in a vlog, and I will also let you know during my wrap up, because June is the month where I will be doing a wrap up for April, May, and June. So we'll see what happens, guys. I'm super scared. But anyway, that was my video for June's TBR, Uno picks my TBR, the Olympic Games TBR, and reading through the decades TBR. Let me know what you're reading in the comments down below. Let me know if you think I'm crazy, because I am. Send me some good wishes and prayers and all that stuff in the comments below, please. And please do me a solid and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell so you can get notified when I post new videos. And remember, guys, to take some time for yourself. Do a little self-care, self-love, take a bath, drink some wine, whatever you need to do. Take care of yourselves. And remember, guys, a reader lives 1,000 lives, and so can you. So keep on reading. Bye, guys.